Hi there, and welcome to the Salted Pepper, where we cook for real life using real food and we keep it real simple. And today I'm going to make another 360 meal, which means all of the components of this dinner, is all in one pot, but separate layers. So these are really exciting to make because they just cook at the same time. Dinner's ready and able to be put on the table quickly. So I love these types of meals, but this one's a little different. It's chicken adobo. And if you haven't heard of chicken adobo before, you're not alone. I had no idea what it was a couple of months ago. And it was recommended on one of my Tasty Tuesday Facebook Live cooking shows. And when I looked up the ingredients, they were so simple. I thought, oh yeah, I will wing this. And I don't know if it's gonna be right or not. Well, it was so delicious. So I made a few tweaks. I changed the recipe just a little bit, added the other layers, and now we have a 360 meal of chicken adobo, and it's absolutely delicious. So it's a Filipino dish, basic ingredients: peppercorns, bay leaf, soy sauce, a little bit of water, a little bit of vinegar, and it all sautés and pressure cooks, and the sauce is fantastic. So the first thing we want to do is turn the Ninja Foodi on, go to the sear saute, high as what you want, and hit the start button. We're going to put in 2 bay leaves, 1 tablespoon of peppercorns, and about a tablespoon of olive oil. We're going to let those toast up. Now, the peppercorns, you could use more if you like, okay? So I started the recipe using 2 tablespoons. I happen to love that peppery flavor, but thought it might be a bit much because we leave the peppercorns in throughout the whole dish. So I backed it down to 1 tablespoon, but feel free to increase that if you like. All right, so I'm just gonna give this a little stir and let that oil heat up and toast the bay leaves and the peppercorns there. All right, just set that right there. Now I have a whole bulb or head of garlic, and I've already smashed up most of them, but I left one and I've peeled it. I cut off the end and peeled the paper off, and then I just take the back of my knife and smash it down, just to break it open a little bit, okay? So it doesn't have to be totally pulverized or anything like that, but we're just releasing more of that garlic flavor. And we're gonna go ahead and toss the whole bulb of garlic into the pot. Now we go under pressure with the garlic, so don't worry about it. It's not gonna be super pungent or anything like that, but it gives a wonderful flavor. Also, it's whole garlic, so that is also gonna be more mild than if it was minced. So if you're gonna substitute minced garlic in this recipe, do not put the equivalent of a whole bulb in. Put 1 to 2 teaspoons and that will be just fine, okay? Because it's a little bit different. All right, and then for this recipe, we use chicken thighs. These are bone-in, skin-on chicken thighs. I have done it with boneless, skinless. The result is not as delicious. So I really recommend that you do the bone-in, skin-on, or at least skin-on. They can be boneless, but definitely the skin is important in this recipe because you want it to get nice and crispy, and we do that at the end with the air crisp function. Not a lot of seasonings needed. I have 1 teaspoon of salt and 1/2 teaspoon of regular table pepper, but I may not even use it all. I just put it together here and then I just lightly sprinkle it over. You don't need a whole lot of seasoning on any of the chicken because we've got the pepper already in there, and we also have the salt from the soy sauce. So you don't want to overdo this part, but you do want to season just a little bit. I'm just going to move this out of the way here and season these up. So just a light dusting, I would say. So I'm probably using about half of this mixture, so that would be 1/4 teaspoon of pepper and 1/2 teaspoon of sea salt fine grind. All right, they're ready. I can hear these popping over here. I'm gonna go ahead, keep toasting these up for a few minutes, and I'm gonna go ahead and put the chicken in. Now you could put the chicken in skin side down and get some browning. That would be fine, or you can put it the other way. It really does not make a difference because we will crisp up the skin at the end. But I'm gonna put it down skin side down. Bottom of the pot there. I can already smell the pepper and the garlic. Oh, it smells so good. And these are 4 chicken thighs. They are about 8 to 9 ounces a piece. But that won't even matter. You can get any size chicken thigh that you want to use because chicken thighs are very, very forgiving. And at the end, you can cook them longer under the air crisp if they're not quite up to temperature yet. The pressure cook time is pretty short though. So 8 to 10 ounces is probably average for a chicken thigh. If it's smaller, you'll just air crisp a little bit less at the end. All right, so while that's going in the pot, I want to talk about the layer of rice that we're going to use. I am using jasmine rice. It is 1 cup of rice, and I've already rinsed it really well. That's important. You definitely want to take the time to rinse the rice before you go under pressure with it, or it tends to get really kind of sticky and a little clumpy. And 1 cup of water, and I'm making sure it looks like it might be a little shy, but it's good. So 1 cup of water, and we're going to go ahead and put that in and just stir it around. And I'm going to cover this with a silicone cover, but you could also use foil. That's fine. All right, let's see how our toasting's coming along. It smells so good. I'm going to go about 2 more minutes, and then we're going to add in the rest of the ingredients. So let me go ahead and tell you what they are. 1/4 cup of soy sauce, 2 teaspoons of sugar, 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and I'll talk about that in just a minute why I picked both of them, and 1/4 cup of just plain water. That is going to make up our sauce. The reason why I decided to go with 2 different kinds of vinegar is normally this chicken adobo is made with something called cane vinegar. And I wasn't sure what the best substitution was. I read different things online about using apple cider or white vinegar instead. And I thought, well, you know what? Let me use both. And it just turned out so nice that that's what I'm using. All right, so let me go ahead and check. It's been about 2 minutes, and I'm just gonna flip these over. And they look good. Now again, we don't have to worry about getting really crispy skin right now because we will air crisp at the end. All right, looking good. Now we can add in the rest of our ingredients. So I'm gonna put in the 1/2 cup of apple cider vinegar. I wish you could smell it already. It smells so good. 1/4 cup of the soy sauce. The 1/4 cup of water, 2 tablespoons of white vinegar, and we'll just put in the sugar here, sprinkle it around. Move it around a little bit. I want to get the sugar off of the chicken and into the sauce. And the only reason why I'm using the sugar is because I just thought that it really balanced everything out nicely. You can feel free to omit that. I don't think that's an ordinary ingredient in this recipe, but it finished it off really nicely for me. Okay, that's it. Now we get the rack in and the rice on, and we're gonna pressure cook for 3 minutes. Oh my gosh, the smell is amazing. I gotta try to fit this rack in here. Sometimes you gotta sort of move it around. All right, very good. Now we're gonna go ahead and put the rice on the top. That is a 6-inch by 2-inch Fat Daddy-O pan. You could use any 2-inch pan that fits on that rack. That's perfectly fine. And we're gonna switch over to pressure cook. High is what we want. We wanna go 3 minutes. And hit the start button. Make sure that you turn the valve in the back to the seal position. We're gonna let it cook on high pressure for 3 minutes, and then it will natural release for 5 minutes, and then we will release the remaining pressure, and we will go to step 2 of this delicious chicken adobo recipe. All right, so it took the pot about, I would say, somewhere between 5 and 7 minutes to come up to pressure, and we went under pressure for 3 minutes. We did a 5-minute natural release. Now I'm gonna release the remaining pressure. All right, the pin has dropped and we can open up the lid. Do that away from you because it's going to be steamy. And now we're going to remove the pan with the rice and just set it aside. Don't even open it up. You want to keep the steam in there so that it continues to keep it warm and finishing up cooking if it needs to. Okay, get this rack out. Just put that over there. Now we're going to take the chicken out and put it on a plate and get ready to air crisp it up. It smells so good. All right. What I like to do is add in about a half of a cup of scallions or green onions actually, or leeks. Leeks work really well too. And just stir that in. So I picked broccoli as the vegetable, but you could pick pretty much any frozen or fresh vegetable that will cook in about 15 minutes. And what I have is the diffuser legs from the basket. I'm gonna put those in. And I have about 2.5 cups of broccoli with 1 cup of water. This broccoli's frozen. I'm gonna set that down. So I'm gonna cover the broccoli with silicone. This is just so it doesn't overcook and also to protect it from any juices. Although this chicken is almost completely cooked already, I know people are really funny about chicken juices getting into their other food, so we're gonna go ahead and cover it. You can use the silicone cover or you could use foil, that's fine. And then a little crisping tray, or you could honestly put the chicken right on top. It would be fine. But I'm just gonna go ahead and lay the crisping tray down. But if you don't have it, just lay the chicken right on top of the foil or your covering. And now we will get the chicken in and we're gonna go on air crisp at 400 for somewhere around 15 minutes and we'll just keep checking on it. If you have the 8 quart instead of the 6.5 quart and you have the grill grate, that is another great option. It will fit if you have the 8 quart, but in the 6.5, it's just puts the chicken a little bit too high up unless you have flatter chicken thighs, and then you could use that in the 6.5 quart as well. All right, so we're gonna go ahead and close that, and we wanna go to the air crisp setting. We wanna go all the way up to 400, and 20 minutes is fine. We will check it after 10 minutes. It doesn't need to come up to temperature much. I've already temped the chicken after the pressure cook time, and it was at about 155. So we're not worried about needing to really cook the chicken. Now we're just concentrating on getting that skin nice and crispy. Now the rice has been sitting for a few minutes, so I do want to check on it, and it looks gorgeous. And I'm just gonna give it a little fluff, and then we'll put the lid back on to keep it warm. But this is perfect. Perfectly cooked, it's not sticky. Oh, it looks great. Some steam out so it doesn't overcook. And then we'll cover it up to keep it warm. All right, there we go. Now we just wait for the chicken to get crispy and then we will plate up and I will let you know how it tastes. All right, so it's been about 5 minutes and let's take a peek, see what it looks like. Well, it's looking really good. It's getting some nice browning, but it still can go longer. So I'm gonna keep on going for another 5 and then we'll check it again. All right, so it's been another 5 minutes, so let's go ahead and take a peek and see what's going on. Oh my goodness, they look so good. All right, I'm gonna take a temperature now, and they are really ready to come out, I can tell, but they're not quite crispy enough for me. The temperature is at about, well, actually it's about 160, but still it will come up to temp even if I took it out right now. I'm not too worried about that. But I like my chicken thigh is really crispy, so I'm gonna go the full 15 minutes. And I'll just check on it in about 2 more minutes and just make sure that it's not starting to burn. But I think the full 15 minutes will be great. I already checked the rice. It is still nice and hot, so that's good, no worries there. And the broccoli should be perfectly cooked by the time we're all done. All right, so it's been 15 minutes. Let's take a look, and oh, they are gorgeous. I mean, gorgeous. Wow. Wow, look at that. Oh my goodness. Absolutely gorgeous. All right, let's get this over here. It's gonna drip a little bit. I'll have to clean my counters up. That's all right. We bleach everything anyway afterwards. All right, so take this off. Now let's see how that let's see how that broccoli is. And it actually looks good. So looks like it is done. If it wasn't done to your liking, put the crisper lid back down and let it go a little bit longer, but that looks good to me. All right. Get that over there too. Yum. Now, if you wanted to thicken up the sauce, you could put it on sear saute. I'm not going to worry about it. I'm just going to go ahead and get this guy onto my plate here. Switch this out. Go ahead and get some of this rice. And a little bit of the broccoli. Look at how beautiful that is. And then I'm definitely getting this sauce. Oh my goodness. So I like to pour it over the chicken and the rice. And I'm gonna get that bay leaf out. You definitely want to remove the bay leaf. You don't want anyone to have to eat that. That over there. All right. We are good to go. Now, actually, I'm just gonna put a little salt and pepper on my broccoli. You could put some butter on there if you wanted. All right, there we go. Chicken adobo 360 meal with some jasmine rice and broccoli. So let's give it a taste. All right, the broccoli is what I am most interested in because now I like my vegetables on the firmer side. Perfect. Perfect. They might be too underdone for some people, and like I said, so just put the crisping lid down a little bit longer. Even the chicken could have gone a little bit longer. We're not going to dry out the thigh. That's one of the beauties of it. All right, now for the chicken. It is crunchy. It is cooked perfectly. Look at that. Oh my goodness. Wow. All right, it looks wonderful. Let me take a bite. Wow. This is so good. The chicken is juicy, the skin is crispy. This sauce is phenomenal. Wow. All right, let me try the rice. Perfect. And look, just so you're not scared, here's one of those garlic cloves. It's mild. It's so delicious. Don't be afraid to eat them. The other thing is, don't be afraid to eat the peppercorns. I know that sounds weird, but they soften up and they're so good. Absolutely delicious. All right, so that wraps it up for this 360 meal of chicken adobo with jasmine rice and broccoli. I hope you enjoy this one, and make sure to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more videos like that, and hit that notification bell so that you get notified when I put out a new video. Till next time.